I am so excited. I cannot wait to talk to all of you all today. Hi, everybody. Hey, K-Covers, how are you? Oh my goodness, I am stoked. Can you tell? Can you tell? So I'm ready. I've got my ears on. I got my spirit jersey. I know it's a couple years old, but there's, hey, Sandy. Hey, Barbara. Hi, Courtney. Hi, everybody. Thank you. Yeah, congrats to all of you. K-Cover says congrats on the subscribers. Thank you. But look, we have new friends now. How cool is that? It's shining right there. Sorry, we're trying to find the right placing for this so that way you all can actually see me here. I know I am all decked out in the Halloween stuff. Hey, Debbie, happy Thursday. How amazing is it that they were able to make this announcement for us on a Thursday, right? Because Thursdays are my normal days. So I really hate that we're not out in the parks, but I'm really glad that we're able to kind of do all this here. So you know, it was just a huge announcement that couldn't go overlooked, right? Oh my goodness. Oh, happy almost Halloween. Yes, we are halfway to Halloween. Can you tell? Hi, Robin. Hi, everybody. Okay, so welcome. I'm going to give everybody a few more minutes. I'm so sorry I'm starting late here. We just decided to go through an update here on the computer. So I'm going to give everybody just a few more minutes. Is anybody else super excited about all the announcements this morning? We're going to go over everything in detail, so don't worry. It's definitely going to be a thing. Oh my goodness. I'm ready. I'm so ready. I'm going to give you all a few minutes. Sometimes the comments kind of come in a little bit later. But they didn't just hit us with like one or two things. It was everything all at once, all together. It was insane. It was like drinking water from a fire hydrant. It was just all of it. It was like, all right, you all wanted this. There you go. Everything. Hey, Courtney, how are you? So guys, this one is a little bit of a special announcement. We are making this announcement both on Facebook and YouTube. So that way we can kind of cover all bases here. So yes, first things first. The moment we've all been waiting for is Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is finally returning to the Magic Kingdom this year, this fall, this year. So I'm super stoked, as you can imagine. While we had a wonderful round with Boo Bash last year as an after-hours party in place of, and while I feel like it did a good job kind of holding its place, there were a lot of things that folks were used to with these Halloween parties that just didn't translate over to the after hours party, like trick-or-treating, like the parade, like the show, like the fireworks, you know, exclusivity there. So while it was a good placeholder, it just wasn't quite the same, right? So while I'm kind of sad to see Boo Bash go, I'm really excited to have Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party back. So let's talk all of that. We're going to deep dive into that, what we know, what we have coming up to know about it, when you should be booking experiences, when you can start booking tickets, and what kinds of affinity groups might get special discounts for that. Along with that, we also have the Halfway to Halloween exclusive snacks and merchandise. So we're going to have Halfway to Halloween treats and delectables and a couple of like popcorn buckets and things to kind of tide us over between April and May. So you'll probably be seeing me out for a couple of those things here in the near future. We're going to go over all of those, where to find them, how hard they are probably going to be to find, how quickly you should probably try and jump in there and grab them up, and exactly those dates for them, because some of them are going to be releasing at different times than others. Then, if Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party wasn't enough, there were lots and lots and lots of announcements for Halloween at Disneyland. I won't touch on those as much just because we mainly focus here on Walt Disney World. So that will be actually a part 2. So this one's just all things Walt Disney World. And Disney Cruise Line. So I know in the past we've kind of announced that our family is planning on taking a cruise this year on Disney Cruise Line at the Disney Dream. What was later announced to us is that the Halloween on the High Seas would be returning. And while this is our kids' first cruise here with Disney Cruise Line, they are so stoked that that was even going to be a thing. The news that Halloween on the High Seas was going to be returning was even more fantastic, but we got even better news along with that today. So they've got lots of things in store specific for those cruises. They are going to be select cruises, so you'll want to pay attention to some of the timings there, different kinds of festivities that are going to be going on there rather than what's accompanied in a regular cruise. So yes, thank you, Barbara. So guys, go ahead and give us a big old thumbs up from wherever you're watching from. Hit those heart buttons. Make sure that you are subscribed. Smash those buttons down. And then make sure that you turned on that notification bell so that way you are notified each and every time that we upload a video or go live. So that being said, let's kind of dig into everything here. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can pull in my presentation here. First things first, right? We are covering halfway to Halloween. So halfway to Halloween is going to be that kind of mid area right now for April and May. They've got lots of treats, lots of delicacies coming up. So we need to touch on that like first before we kind of deep dive into anything else. So, from April 28th on through about May, the whole Walt Disney World area, Disney Parks, is going to be celebrating this halfway to Halloween. So again, we'll touch on Disneyland in a completely separate video. I feel like that one kind of needs its own introduction there. But let's talk about the Walt Disney World parks first. All right, so this lovely creature here, which you probably know is already my favorite, is the Lady on the Gravestone 50th Chilling Chamber Pop. And it is actually made up of a citrus crumb cake, or citrus cake crumbs, raspberry buttercream, and blue crisp pearls. So whenever you bite into those, it's going to have like the consistency of a, what were those chocolate bars? The crisp, maybe it was crisp. The chocolate bars with the little Rice Krispie bits into it, it's going to have that kind of consistency to it. You can find these snacks here at Sleepy Hollow, which is going to be closest to the Liberty Square. They're out in front of like the Hall of Presidents as you're just coming out of the hub area by the castle. So you can find those at Sleepy Hollow starting April 28th, and that will actually run through August 13th. So we've got lots of time to kind of pick this sucker up, but we will be picking it up and trying it out. Oh, thank you, Barbara. So Barbara has posted there in the chat, you guys, the link tree there for us to follow along on all of our socials. So if you haven't been following along, or you're not totally certain that you're subscribed, liked, followed, wherever, you happen to get all of your information on our social channels, please feel free to go ahead and visit us there. So you're probably going to hear Kona back and forth a little bit here. I know this one sounds delicious. I'm really excited to try that one, especially with those crisp pearls to it. I think it's going to be a real hit. Oh my goodness. So when they released this in the lineup, these two suckers, I about croaked because last year I missed out on both of these. As you can see, Mickey right here, Mickey Mummy wrapped up. You've probably been able to see him off and on a little bit there in the parks. Jack Skellington over here was a little bit harder to find, and he lights up. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to have him. But those will also be available at Liberty Square at the popcorn cart. And there's going to be a couple of other outdoor vendor carts too. So you might just want to kind of meander around Liberty Square, Frontierland, Adventureland, maybe closer to the hub. So they're going to be distributing this out a little bit further there. So the Jack Skellington popcorn bucket is going to have a limit of 2 per person per transactions as long as they have it. So once he's gone, guys. This is going to be the one that you're going to want to go ahead and try and pick up as quickly as you possibly can. The Mickey is also going to be available. That's going to start April 28th through May 1st. So he's going to start kicking us off for halfway to Halloween, but he's actually going to be out at Disney Springs at the west side in the different popcorn vendor carts out there. So Disney Springs is where you can pick up Mickey Mummy's popcorn bucket. Also will be a limit of 2 per person per transaction. So Magic Kingdom, Liberty Square for Jack Skellington, Disney Springs in the west side by like the food trucks area or so. That's where you're going to pick up Mummy Mickey, right? So good. So good. Jack will be available April 28th through May 1st. Yeah, that's quick. April 28th through May 1st. You've got a short window here for this, guys. What? Sandy said the Mickey Mummy was at the Character Warehouse for $14.99. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to pick him up. Hey, Karen, how are you? Happy Friday Eve. I'm so glad you're joining us. Barbara says, oh, you need to get me one of these. Like, I need these too. Oh my goodness. Sandy has the Mickey Mummy. Oh my goodness. Isn't he such a great addition to your whole collection there? He is awesome. Very, very cool. I am looking forward to adding both of these to the collection. So, Sandy, I'm going to have to take you up on it, and I'm going to have to go and visit the Character Warehouse and see if I can grab him for a little bit cheaper than I'm sure he'll be in the parks. My estimate is probably going to be around $25 or so for each of these. So just know that. They will be checking on these limitations though too, guys. So be prepared for that because you can't be sneaky about it and keep trying to go through. So short window, April 28th to May 1st for Jack. We've got a little bit of extra time though for the Mummy Mickey. April 28th through May 1st too. So both of these guys, if this what you're after, these popcorn buckets, you're a collector, you're definitely want to get out, or you're definitely going to want to get out and pick both of these up as soon as possible. Okay, enough about the popcorn buckets. I need to get off my high horse. Also, they come with popcorn, win-win. You know, you get the super cute bucket and you get the Mickey popcorn. What more could you need, right? So moving right along, we still are on Disney Springs, and Gideon's Bakehouse has a phenomenal lineup for these halfway to Halloween options. So right here is the halfway to Halloween exclusive trading card. So each 4 and 6 cookie box will feature at least one of 16 of these collectible cards right here in this picture right here up top of me. Then you can also be looking out for a bonus card, which is this little guy in the red over here. That's going to be featuring Barnabas Mephistolittle. I hope I did not butcher his name. Barnabas Mephistolittle. Those suckers, though, these limited bonus cards are going to be a limit of 1 per person totally while supplies last, right? Oh, yes, we love Gideon's. All right, so you're thinking, okay, Miranda, you've got me sold. I need the cookies. I need the Gideon's Bakehouse trading cards. I need Mr. Barnabas over here. When can I get these? These are going to be available also only April 28th through May 1st. I kind of feel like they're doing this on purpose to kind of like divide and conquer us, right? It's going to be for whoever wants the Mickey popcorn bucket or the Jack Skellington bucket or the Gideon's Bakehouse trading cards, right? And their phenomenal cookies. So yes, 1 of 16 of these cards will be yours for the taking between the 6 and the 4 boxes of 4 cookie boxes. This is just going to be an extra bonus card that you can also pick up there with Barnabas. While we're talking about Disney Springs, though, and Gideon's, check out these awesome cakes. Aren't they so much fun? I am loving these cakes. So each of these cakes, we've got a pumpkin spice shadow cake, and that's this one, the chocolate dipped chocolate dipped spice cakes with a pumpkin buttercream filling, and it's actually going to be new. Then they've got I think that one's this one, the buttercream. Then they've got the Frankenstein cake slices, and it's actually this chocolate one over here to my left, or your right. That one is going to be a 3-layer cake. It's a chocolate cake covered in cookies and buttercream loaded with M&Ms. Oh my goodness. That's like a sugar rush waiting to happen. This is crazy. Oh, I'm sorry. The pumpkin spice cakes are going to be right down here. These little suckers here. So that's the pumpkin spice shadow cakes. Those are going to be the chocolate dip spice cakes with a buttercream filling. So that one will be new. Also, this one is the 3-layer here too. The Frankenstein cake slices with the loaded M&Ms on the top. And then over here is the Valentina cake. This classic red velvet cake is going to be covered in a light and fluffy cookies and cream marshmallow buttercream. You may not know this about me, but I'm not one much for buttercream icing. I kind of rather prefer the whipped icing. So you probably won't see me pick up a whole lot of cupcakes for me to personally to eat. I'll probably pass them off to like my kids or stuff and ask them to eat them. But I feel like this Valentina cake is something that I could totally down. Oh, Debbie said those cakes sound delicious. I completely agree. Sandy's on board too. You guys, I will have to bet you though, these cakes are going to be extremely rich. So you may want to go in with the expectation that you're going to be sharing at least a slice and try it one slice at a time. But both of these, I believe, are still only going to be available for a short window of time. So I wouldn't expect them to be available past May 1st. So definitely check Gideon's once you get there. I'm not totally clear on that, but it is under the heading here that I'm seeing only available from April 28th through May 1st. So definitely get in on that. Oh, thank you, Robin. I'm really trying to do my homework here because I want to do all the Halloween things. There's just so much for me to do and see, and it is my favorite holiday. So I have to do all the things, right? All right, so now that we've had our sugar rush, let's keep the party going here. Let's talk about the resorts. Now, the resorts are infamously known for different kinds of delectable treats and snacks and little tidbits to kind of pick up. Hey, Kathy, I'm so excited to see you here too. Welcome. We're talking about the halfway to Halloween snacks and where to find them. But this trio, totally my jam, right? Because it's got chocolate cake. I actually prefer chocolate over vanilla, but that's a whole nother story. These trios with the Sanderson sisters are going to be called the Hocus Pocus Amok cakes. They're going to be rich devil's food cakes with peanut butter, like peanut butter with butter filling, and that's going to be decorated, obviously, to resemble the Sanderson sisters and all of their dramatic hairstyles. They look divine. I hope they taste even half as much as well as they look. But you can see they've got a chocolate garnishment here with all three of the sisters there, just to kind of offset and kind of bring it home there. Yeah, Hocus Pocus cake. Hey, Shannon. Courtney said, it's funny how much they look like the Sanderson sisters. I agree. I think these are so awesome. Debbie said, that's such a short time that these cakes will be available. I know. I feel like I'm going to go ahead and just be prepared that I just need a bunch of water to like flush all this out of my system. We'll probably pick up a few of these and do a vlog for you so that way we can review them, but not bore you at the same time. And then also be able to take a break in between each of these and not feel so rushed. So we'll definitely be getting out, picking up a few of these treats and seeing which ones were our favorite, which ones we would recommend, which ones we would not so recommend. But I would gather to venture, just based on how tall their icing is, that these suckers are going to be absolutely rich, but they're also going to be nothing but that buttercream consistency. It's probably going to stick to the top of your mouth and taste so good. So good. But it will be very filling. So again, especially if you're picking up this trio, I know it doesn't look very intimidating now, but I can almost promise you you're going to want to split this with at least one other person, maybe even two. But these also will only be available from April 28th through May 1st. All right, let's keep moving on. We've got lots of announcements. I'm trying really hard not to take up a whole lot of your time. So, ta-da! Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is finally returning to Magic Kingdom. I couldn't be any more ecstatic. I had Boo to You playing repeatedly throughout my entire house this morning, and I was just totally like conga line dancing to it. And it was fantastic. It was everything that I needed to hear, right? So let's dive in to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Their official news on this says Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party is returning to Magic Kingdom Park this fall during the resort's 50th anniversary celebration. So throughout the fall, ghouls and ghosts of all ages are invited to don their favorite costumes, so costumes are returning, and celebrate all things haunted during Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. These will be taking place on 37 different select nights, starting August 12th through obviously October 31st, right? So this special event haunts Magic Kingdom Park after its normal park hours, and its operating time for the party is going to be 7 p.m. through midnight. Hold your horses. I know where you're headed. I've got all the questions. I've already been asked them all. We're going to address them as we keep going through here. So the main things that we need to take away from here is there are going to be 37 different party dates. That is outrageous. That is crazy. And they're starting even earlier, I feel like, this year. They're actually starting at August 12th for the very first date. That's amazing. I don't think that Halloween Horror Nights at Universal is even starting until September. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us to try and get in on all the fun here. So yes, I can get around to all your questions. I know you probably have all the things and all the thoughts on these, but we will get there, right? That's crazy. 37 different dates. So yeah, if you want to go more than once, there's plenty of opportunity for you through your stay. If you just want to go the one time, you've got plenty of options to choose from. I feel like most of those dates, I can tell you, I was looking at the calendars earlier, are usually going to fall on like a Tuesday or a Friday. So if you're looking for things, those are going to be your dates to kind of look for. Closer into October, we start seeing a few more dates open up on like a Saturday or Sundays. So make those plans according to what your schedules look like with the parks and how you want those to fall. Yeah, there's plenty of dates to choose from. Hey, Hannah. So yeah, it's going to be insane. All right, moving on right along. Of course, we have the awesome stage show. So as part of this, and it is a separate ticketed event, so it is a limited capacity event, the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party attendees will encounter event exclusive entertainment, specifically fireworks, specifically parade, specifically exclusive character meet and greets, notorious Disney villains. So guys, these parties are going to be where it's at. If you want to meet the most elite of elite characters on their meet and greets, these are the parties you need to be at. They will also have some frightfully delicious menu items for different kinds of treats and lots more. So to answer a few questions, I'm going to start ticking off some of the boxes. Yes, the Headless Horseman will ride again. So he will be riding his ghostly steed down Main Street, USA as a prelude to the Mickey's Boo to You Halloween Parade, which will be returning in full force. That will also continue to feature different floats filled with obviously your favorite Disney characters dressed in their Halloween costumes and attire, a few Disney villains, and of course those iconic Haunted Mansion gravediggers. So this is something that you're not going to want to miss. What I don't have information on for you is pre-COVID, in years past, there have been at least 2 presentations of the Mickey's Boo to You Halloween Parade. I don't know if that will continue to be the case. We haven't seen anything as far as the trifold map for that, different kinds of layouts of the park and what that intention is. Usually they have all kinds of things there that are listed and the show times, performance times for those. So we probably won't have an answer to that or a lot of the entertainment offerings until we happen to see those and Disney releases those maps or somebody somewhere gets a hold of them, right? During Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, guests can go trick-or-treating again. Woohoo! And that is unlimited trick-or-treating, I might have to add, for M&Ms, Skittles, Snickers, and other different favorite Halloween candies at different locations throughout the Magic Kingdom. Those stops will be kind of lit up, usually with a big old inflatable. It's very lively. You'll see the cast members there dressed in their Halloween costumes, or Halloween best, if you will, from the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and you'll see them with their big old barrels of candy. Like I said, this is unlimited trick-or-treating. My kids don't miss out on this. In fact, they get more candy here than they do trick-or-treating in our own neighborhood. So you are free to go around and trick-or-treat as much as you want to. And if there's a specific candy, let's say you don't like Snickers, it's just not your forte, that's okay. You can skip that booth and go right back around to one of the ones that you do want. So they do have plenty of options for you there throughout the night. But something that is going to be new this year to the trick-or-treating is not only will you receive kind of a reusable trick-or-treat bag, pro tip, bring your own bag. While these reusable bags are awesome, they're usually fairly small. So my best pro tip is bring your own bag. Bring a pillowcase, whatever you're comfortable with, because if you plan on racking up a lot of candy, more than what's going to fit in like a small bag, I highly recommend, or at least have a place to kind of dump your bag out, like at the bottom of a stroller or something to that event. You'll figure it out, whatever works best for you. But I can tell you those bags that they have given out in the past didn't tend to grab a whole lot of candy for very long. So if you intend to make, a couple rounds or visit all of the booths, I don't know that you're going to be able to hold all of the candy. But in addition to those reusable keepsake bags for the trick-or-treating, you will also be receiving as a party guest a keepsake 50th anniversary celebration and Halloween design. So it's going to be like a poster. I think they gave out something similar at the 50th anniversary celebration there for Magic Kingdom. So probably as you leave, that's how they're going to distribute those to you. Yeah, Disney trick-or-treating, Courtney says, I'm in, for sure. Oh, Hannah says, I'm going as May from Turning Red for Halloween this year. That's awesome. Sandy says, it's amazing to me the amount of candy they give away. Oh, yes. While we're kind of on the subject of trick-or-treating and the candy, I have been known to be asked, and rightly so, there are several that have concerns about allergies. So if you are concerned about allergies, please visit guest services. They are happy to give you an alternate bucket with candies or baggies made up. I know a lot of people will get the kind of teal pumpkins too. So if you're looking for something, they'll have small trinket gifts, different kinds of coins. So if you're visiting those booths in years past, they've given out little metal coins. You trade in those coins to guest services for those treats, just kind of a trade-in program there. So that way they can keep everything separate. And if you have different kinds of avoidances or allergies, know that there's always options for that. And Disney does a really great job at working with all those things. I will be planning on being at the very first Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, so I can show you all that and how it works in real time, so that way you can make your plans accordingly too. All right, moving on. Ooh, Karen says, if you buy the pass for the Halloween party, are you guaranteed a park reservation? The whole reservation thing seems confusing. That's a really great question, because it's a separate ticketed event. The party doesn't start until 7 until midnight. So you've got, 5 hours to enjoy the party there. In years past, they have let party goers in to the parks a little bit earlier than the park closing, just so that way you could be in the parks a little bit. They will keep most of the rides open for you throughout the party. But that's a great question. So I'm sorry, I've skirted around the answer. the answer is no. Sorry, we've had a fall in the kitchen. Directly, the answer is no. You do not need a park pass reservation because technically the park closes at the same time this party actually starts. So that being said, in theory, you won't need that park pass reservation. If you intend on being in the park, let's say at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon, then yes, you would need valid park admission for that day and a park pass reservation for Magic Kingdom. On the flip side of that, though, if you are visiting Magic Kingdom Park that day and you're already in the park, there will be several different places that you can visit to where you can go ahead and check in and get a wristband. So they can go ahead and tag your wrist, let everybody know that you have been checked in for the Halloween party. They've checked your ticket, they've scanned you in, so they won't make you leave and then come get scanned back into the park. Also, too, just because of everything that's going on, if you are in the park earlier and you had a park pass reservation, you want to come back into the park, you're more than welcome to on your regular day's ticket. Come and go as you please. But also expect if you don't have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween band once party time starts, and unless you're dining, like you're finishing up your dining reservation or something, they will politely ask you to leave and escort you out, just because it is an event exclusive just for those that have paid for that experience. And that's fair, right? That's fair. So to that long-winded haul too, and I'll say this one, hopefully one last thing here. If you have a dining reservation that you plan on making during the park party hours, make sure that you are making that reservation for the party hours and not trying to get into the park earlier, because they will not let you in earlier just on a party ticket, because it's a separate party ticket, separate admission. So if you make a park pass, you have a Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party ticket for that night, which doesn't start until 7, but you want to get in at 3:30 for a dining reservation and just stay in the park, that's not going to work out. So you'll want to make sure that you're planning all of your dining reservations accordingly too. So there's lots of caveats to this and lots of ways people get inventive on either staying or coming in early. In years past, I will say that they have let party guests in just a tad bit early, maybe an hour or two earlier. I can't guarantee that that's going to be the case. I would like to say that that's probably going to be the case still. But I wouldn't plan on it. Maybe just plan on being there early, give yourself plenty of enough time to kind of be able to meander into the parks as they allow guests in. Courtney asked, does Fort Wilderness have trick-or-treating? They probably will. That's going to probably be on part 2. This is just going to cover part 1 for Walt Disney World and Disney Cruise Line. We're going to have a part 2 specifically with Disneyland, and we can cover trick-or-treating at Fort Wilderness, but my assumption is yes, we will have trick-or-treating at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort. That's usually a fan favorite just from guests and being able to, of their own accord, bring gifts and trinkets and stuff. And it's just something they do in between each other there. So let's keep moving right along. The Sanderson Sisters. Oh my goodness. So this is a phenomenal show. It is one that is probably my favorite. I tend to see the show almost every single performance that it has. That statement kind of alludes to, yes, there are usually multiple performances of this stage show each night of the parties. So I would highly anticipate that. They usually try and cut these parties off about an hour, 45 minutes or so before the park closes. It's about a 15-20 minute long show, so plan accordingly if you're looking to take in the trick-or-treating, the character meet and greets, get your photos taken with PhotoPass, and do any kind of rides or dining. So plan accordingly with all of those. I'm sure that we'll be starting to see those park maps out soon for all those wait times, but yes, the Sanderson Sisters will be rejoining us again for the Hocus Pocus Villain Spectacular, which is exactly what my spirit jersey is from. Yeah, I can't see it now, but it's all spelled out on the back. So they will be out in front of the stage at Cinderella Castle as they call upon their frightening colleagues to conjure the ultimate Hocus Pocus party potion. So it's a really fun, inventive, kind of silly show that they do. remember, this is a not so scary Halloween party, right? So while it's all in good taste and all in good fun, there will be a few villains on stage. So plan accordingly for that. You might want to look up maybe some of the years past if you're not opposed to kind of some spoilers there. We've got a video that we're going to be uploading to of our past experience with the parade, with the fireworks, with the stage show. So we'll have all of those things worked into it. But some of those villains, you know, will be in full costume, obviously, like Dr. Facilier, Oogie Boogie, the Evil Queen. So plan accordingly. If that's somebody, you know, that your little one doesn't take too kindly to, I completely understand. There were several times where we kind of had to walk away just because they didn't like the authenticity of them being there, even on the stage, and that's okay, but it's all in good fun. They don't come down off the stage. They're not gonna like do anything to specifically frighten anybody. It's just there for them to kind of perform and be a part of that show. It is a little musical though, so very cool. Hannah says, I love Hocus Pocus too. Oh, Barbara said that's a great show. Listen, if I'm going to the show multiple times, it's an awesome show. I highly recommend it, right? Hey, Nicole. She said, I hope you're enjoying your night. I am in full festive force. Can you tell? Can you tell? So, yes, we're having an amazing night. Along with the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular coming back, we will be celebrating the season, obviously, with some exclusive character meet and greets, seasonally appropriate Disney characters, probably Jack and Sally back. I know they are like cult classic fan favorites. They are the one meet and greet that everyone wants to flock to first. Another pro tip, yes, you're going to want to try and pinpoint those exclusive meet and greets with those characters that are so hard to find or longer lines, and try and beeline for those first. Get your character meets out of the way, and then you can go have the rest of the party to relax and have some fun. If you kind of want to do that on the opposite, just kind of take that with a grain of salt. You could go through and have some really short lines, or you could go through and not have very much luck and it still be just as long. I would say Jack and Sally is probably, if they come back this year, is probably going to be one of those longer lines consistently throughout the party. We've seen different characters like Turk and Jane from Tarzan. We've seen in years past the Haunted Mansion characters either out in the lawn kind of speaking to us, or the grave diggers posing while they're not busy in the parade. So this is the time to capitalize on those super awesome photo ops. There will be also a few different overlays for some of the attractions. So there's going to be different kinds of music and lighting for the Mad Tea Party cups. Space Mountain is obviously going to be themed. I think they just turn off all the lights completely for Space Mountain. They've got a little bit different music. And Pirates of the Caribbean. Sometimes they bring in some live characters in there to kind of spice the authenticity up. So it's really such a fun atmosphere. They've got significantly shorter wait lines than what you would be experiencing in the regular sections of the park. So I highly recommend fitting in a few rides if you can, obviously within spirit of the season, right? The Monsters Inc. Laugh Floor will also have different kinds of overlays there too. So the monsters will get in on all the fun too. So you'll want to stop by there for a nice little laugh. It's one that tends to go overlooked a little bit, but I highly recommend it as well. The Pumpkin King himself, Jack Skellington, I would say in the flesh, but in the bone, will be back again with us. And he is amazing. I don't want to spoil it for you, but I have to tell you, when you see him in person, it is just like, yeah, he's ginormous for one. And it is just like a jaw-dropping moment. It really is. So he will actually be hosting the Disney's Not So Spooky Spectacular, which is what they are calling the fireworks show. It's a special show that's built specifically for the castle, for the season, and different fireworks that are coordinated with that show, right? So, yes, Jack. Listen, you know how I am about having to be like right up there at the castle, like smell the castle. This is one where I rushed up there to see him, and I was doing this the whole time. and it was so awesome. But he is so good. He is so big. So, few spoilers. Jack is more of like a puppeteer type. You know, you can see his arms and everything. But I can also tell you, if you didn't know it, you wouldn't have known. If you didn't know that in advance, you'd be like, huh? Where? I missed that.
Kind of like Miguel in California.
Kind of like Miguel at Disney's California Adventure, right? But I'm telling you, this guy is, this guy, I'm talking about him like he's a real person. This puppeteering work is A, amazing. So thank you, cast members, for doing that. And B, he is so massive. He takes up the entirety of the walkway in front of the castle. So if you wanted a good view of Jack, you want to be in the center and seeing that walkway, like it has the two sides that kind of meet in front of the castle at the point, you got to be smack in the center, like to get all of it, and it's great, right? Let's see, who was it? Stephanie said, I still can't wait for this party. Stephanie, you're going to have such a great time. Such a great time. Yes, Nicole, you do need a vacation, friend, for sure. Hannah says, Sandy, I'm having a great night. Oh, that's awesome. Courtney says, I can't wait to go see all of the sights and golf carts decorated for halfway to Halloween. Oh, my goodness. So I don't know that they're going to have them out for halfway to Halloween. I think it's more just the desserts, but for Halloween, for sure. We're definitely going to be touring the fort for sure on that one. So new projections, special effects, different lighting mixed with all those exclusive fireworks, music, and obviously some of your favorite Disney characters kind of tied into the mix there. Then they're also obviously going to have some sweet and savory dessert options. While we've gotten some announcements on the different desserts for halfway to Halloween, I'm sure we're going to be getting some announcements and different food guides for all the upcoming snacks and savory options. Like in years past, they've had the Hades nachos that were kind of like a spicier nacho at Pecos Bill's, or we've tracked down the
they had spooky margaritas and stuff.
They had spooky margaritas, or they had the popcorn buckets. One year it was a popcorn bucket, a donut hole holder, and a sipper cup of all three of the Hitchhiking Ghosts, which I made Jonathan track down for like 2.5 hours of said party. But you know, all in good fun, right? So we had to have the set. So yes, they will have exclusive options. Oh my goodness, he's bringing them right here so you can see them. Okay, yay! They're my favorites. Okay, you guys, these sit in my bedroom right by me, and they don't go anywhere, and they are my favorite. They are absolutely I could cry. They are absolutely my favorite. And each of them has their own like pebbled out gravestone on the back. I can't guarantee they're making a return, but you get the gist, right? So you're getting that. You're going to have exclusive options.
So
obviously, some more merch.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, because it shows really small on them right now.
So. Oh, yeah, it does. I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
I know. my eyes are kind of, these are precious to me. Like I could not go, like if these could not go for any money at all, ever. Phineas, Ezra, and Gus, all my favorites. These are awesome. And my kids have worn them down so badly, like they interlock with each other. I'm sorry, I'm playing with my toys here. But they interlock with each other. And I don't know that you can hear it, but he just kind of like garbles because they're supposed to play Grim Getting Ghosts when they're all together and light up, like Ezra lights up and everything in the center. But
we do have a 4-foot one though.
We do. We have a 4-foot Phineas. 4-foot Phineas that goes out front every Halloween. So I'll have to show him to you all maybe this year. He gets lit up with a black light and he's super awesome. Yeah. So my preciouses. They are awesome. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get sidetracked there. But yes. But in addition to all of this new fun stuff, with the 50th anniversary obviously happening this year, they are adding more to the party and different like event exclusive photo ops. So in years past, they've also had different kinds of overlays and fun magic shots with the Disney PhotoPass photographers. You can be expecting that again this year for all those different lenses and filters and different stuff. Right, my ears. I love my ears. So along with that, I know again also in like the last year, if you were not a photo or a Disney PhotoPass member, like it wasn't included in your pass or you hadn't paid for a photo pass, they gave that to you as a one-night courtesy because you bought the party ticket. I would look for that to come back this year. We'll see, but it didn't specifically say anything about that, so I can't guarantee it is all. Oh, thanks, you guys. I love my ears. So they light up. They glow in the dark. So the bow lights up. They glow in the dark. And then I've also got the Ghost Mickey backpack. I'm looking for Ghost Minnie, but Jonathan bought them for me for a really nice surprise last year. And they all glow in the dark. And they're amazing. Yes, super exciting, though, for this after-hours event. Yes, it is an amazing event. I think I mentioned before, tickets will start at $109 plus tax per person per night, obviously. They go up to $199. That's going to be dependent upon seasonality. The closer you get to Halloween, obviously the price goes up.
And they are bringing another lounge flight this year.
They are bringing another lounge flight this year. So I'm going to show you. This one I won't even unwrap. This is my baby. This is another one. I won't even unwrap him. And then I just took these out of the cloth bag. But yeah, we might have to unwrap him for Halloween though. But yeah, I've not shown you off the entire collection of lounge flies. I'm gonna have to show you. Jonathan's like, oh gosh, no. We've got a whole like tagging system back there. It's crazy. But yeah, so much fun. So much fun. So let's keep moving on. I'm sorry, I keep getting sidetracked. But yeah, for the price, it's really not that bad for the tickets with everything that gets included. We did kind of snub Boo Bash last year just because the price was really expensive for our family because we have to do that multiple times over. And I just didn't feel like we were getting as much out and the kids didn't quite understand and we were still getting used to just, the parks reopening and everything. So we did forgo Boo Bash last year. I really wish we hadn't now in hindsight, but I feel like this is something we can swing a whole lot easier. The cost. So speaking of cost, speaking of tickets will be going on sale May 18th for general purchases. So let me clarify, because you're going to hear me say a different date later, and I'm wanting you to hear this one first. May 18th for anybody that's looking to purchase a ticket. May 18th. May 12th is going to be your pre-purchase date, if you will, for those that are Walt Disney World Resort guests. So you must already have an existing resort reservation. Shades of Green guest, Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin guests, and that's it. Yeah, Disney World Resort hotels, Walt Disney World Swan and Dolphin, as well as Shades of Green at Walt Disney World Resorts can book tickets as early as May 12th. Although we don't have the specific pricing for each of those dates, I would anticipate that first date being a little bit higher than some of the more general dates through the week. Obviously, weekends tend to be a little bit higher in price just because they're weekends and more availability there and not a school night or a work night for people. The closer you get in seasonality from September to August to September into October, the pricing will go up as well. So I would anticipate that. If you're looking to save a little bit of money on these though, I can tell you annual pass holders and Disney Vacation Club members can save $10 per ticket per night per person. If you have those affinity groups worked into your My Disney Experience account or you're booking through your trusty travel agent, wink, wink, shameless plug. So we can help assist in booking those with you. I actually have a link for that in the Ride with Randa page. Actually, Barbara, do you care to kind of locate that link for me and post that here? I forgot to put that in the description. I'll go and re-edit that, put that in the description too. So if you would like to partner with me on this, whether I have booked your Walt Disney World Resort reservation or not, or that's something you've yet to do, or it's something you're not doing at all, you're just totally staying off site, or you're doing from home, or where it happens to be, if you want to partner on these and allow me to help you book these tickets on May 12th or May 18th, then I'd happily do that. I'm actually calling to get tickets for myself. I have a dedicated line as a travel agent, so I don't call into the regular line. I get in a little bit faster than what people can on these, and I have a whole team that supports me in getting these tickets. So we've got several agents calling, and we all just kind of help each other out there. Yeah, it was a Ghost Mickey lounge flight. I'm sorry, Robin. Stephanie says, I need tickets for my first day of our trip. Okay, awesome. I am going to have that link out to you very shortly. It is a Google form. So it's just going to ask some real basic information. If you're already staying in a resort, if you already have plans, if not, no worries. How many tickets do you need? What dates do you plan on going? And obviously some basic contact information so I can reach out to you and we can talk about it a little bit further. Also, if you are planning on booking tickets, whether it be with me or on your own, make sure that you have an alternate date. Pro tip, have an alternate date for your ticket purchases. Sometimes you can get around to that very first date that's your absolute first choice, you're just gung-hoing for, and lo and behold, it's sold out. And that's okay. It happens. It happens. But it doesn't mean that tickets don't come available later, because sometimes things happen with other people. They have to sell them, or they have to unfortunately give them up or trade them out for a different day. So keep checking back. But if you have an alternate date that's okay with you and your schedule, then that's best case scenario. So you move right from just one date to the next and say, that's okay. If you have a third date, even better. But most people, I just say at least line up one different alternate date, so that way you're not totally disappointed, and we have another one to go ahead and jump onto really quickly, and you're not scrambling for it later on. Stephanie said, this announcement has had me change my schedule for 2 days of our trip, but it's worth it. I know, it's so worth it, but it gets you into the parks one of those days, Stephanie. So you get the ideal reservation to relax at the park or at the resort, and then get into the parks, which is obviously a really good tie-in if you're looking to plan kind of a down day or downgrade one of your ticketed days. This is a perfect solution. It's not the exact same price as a full day's ticket to the parks, but you're also not dealing with a lot of the heat and the sun. It is an exclusive event, so anybody that's purchasing ticket is on a limited capacity. You're not dealing with the regular crowds, and you're getting a lot of one-on-one attention with these exclusive characters, foods, shorter wait times on the rides, and obviously the best fireworks and entertainment around there. So a lot of people on their party days will forego being in the parks, maybe even more specifically forego being in Magic Kingdom, because those two obviously operate on shorter operational hours for the regular park day. So that's a great plan and a great strategy if you're just kind of wanting to relax, kind of hang out at first, and then save your energy for the rest of the night, especially if you have little ones. Wink, 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 because not saying those Hang tight, guys. Saying, wrap it up, Randa. You've been talking way too long. Yay, we're back. Okay, was it the same one? Okay, good.
Yes, you're scrolling through the.
Sorry, guys. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so yes, I'm sorry if you missed those dates. It was a little long-winded. I'm sorry if you could only hear me and not see me. My apologies there. But if you are yay, we're all here. Okay, I'm going to give everybody just a second back. Okay, we're back now. But yes, please let us know in advance if you're looking to purchase these tickets. Make sure that you are familiar with how this booking process is going to work. If you're looking to book these on your own, please make sure that you know that you're booking them through the My Disney Experience app. So that's the way that you're going to go through and click on the calendar system. It's fairly simple, fairly easy to follow along, but you'll want to make sure that you know how to do it or know that it's a fairly easy process. But just try and be as quick about it as possible, right? Okay, yeah, welcome back, everybody. I'm so sorry. I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, it's like, Miranda, hurry up, hurry it up. Okay, so in addition to the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, of course, we got to talk about all the different merch. I would not be a good friend if we're not talking about all the exclusive merchandise, right? So let's talk about the sneak peek that we're getting at all the exclusive merchandise here. So obviously the Haunted Mansion is going to be a main focal point for a lot of these things. Hang tight because we've got a lot to kind of touch on here. We are expecting new Spirit jerseys. This one over here is super, super cute. As you can see, they've got the ghost minis and Mickey's there. You got Mickey himself. You got the little ghost minis there, kind of like the backpack that we just showed you. It is two-toned, and it looks like it's almost like a tie-dye print. The orange and the black both are two-toned. I'm sure that it'll have a small logo here on the very front. Both gender, neutral pajamas here that are going to be themed for the Halloween event, and the pants are going to match the new pattern for the Loungefly bag that you're getting ready to see here real soon. Those are going to be super, super awesome. They will be available at Walt Disney World Resorts, Disneyland Resorts, and even on Shop Disney. So don't be discouraged if it's not there, or accessible to get in the parks, or you're not planning on coming to the parks, but you want some merch in advance of your party dates. No worries. They're going to start pushing all these out online to the Shop Disney sites too. This is the new Loungefly bag. I'm sorry, I don't have it much bigger, but check it out. It looks like we've got Donald and maybe some trick-or-treat bags and pumpkins, but it looks super, super cute. Maybe some like cartoon skeletons, but I see a Mickey right here. Oh, here we go. Mickey head right there. Donald, kind of dressed up, Goofy dressed up as a tree. There's Pluto. Yeah, super, super fun. So I'm really excited about that one as well. Me too. I'm loving the Loungefly. I think that one's going to be one that I'm picking up for sure. All right. So moving right along. So, there it is. There's the logo for the front of the Spirit jersey. Obviously, we're going to have better ears. So we've got these super cute orange and metallic gray ears going on right there. But then we've also got a super cute little pumpkin bubble one. So this one, my kids are obviously probably going to want to grab. I don't know if it's going to play any songs. I would imagine that it would, but I don't know exactly what that's going to look like. Also, will probably be on Shop Disney as well. So moving more along, we've even gotten some different other bags. So we've got a Jack and Sally crossbody bag right here. It's a super cute bubble one. It makes me want one. So this super cute crossbody here with Jack and Sally. It looks like it might just be like a Her Universe type thing. Maybe not necessarily Loungefly. I don't know for sure that it's going to be, hey, Help, how are you? I'm glad to see you. But we do have this other, it's like a satchel messenger bag type Halloween merch. This one says Kiss the Bride, and it's got Constance here in the white kind of embossed there. Hey, Doris, how are you, friend? And then, of course, it's got her headless groom there, along with a few different portraits. So if you've ever ridden the Haunted Mansion, then you'll know kind of the story behind Constance. She beheads her husbands there. But I do like that it has the double zippers on the side. I'm really excited to see this one and see how that flap kind of overcomes there. And if it's just kind of an open inside, I would imagine it probably has like a clasp or a magnet or something on the inside there. Yeah, Hannah's like, I'm going to add these on my wish list for sure. No, I agree. They're definitely super cute bags along with that Loungefly. We're going to be picking up a few. If you're familiar with Walt Disney's earlier works, you'll kind of pop out and recognize these almost immediately. These are the new Silly Symphonies collection. So Walt's earliest laughograms were his cartoons, right? So Silly Symphonies was kind of a nice musical, like nonverbal short. There wasn't a whole lot of words to them. I guess I shouldn't say nonverbal because they didn't make grunts and things, but they were made specifically as Silly Symphonies. So I'm really excited to see this worked into the lineup for the merchandise here. I feel like it's very fitting. Obviously, they've got like a sweatshirt, a jean jacket, a hoodie, but it does have the dancing skeletons, which if you look really closely at the the projections on the castle, once those fireworks roll around, you might catch a glimpse of these Silly Symphony skeletons kind of stealing some limelight there, and they are a sight to be seen. They are so, so awesome. All right. Oh, hang tight. So, wouldn't be Hocus Pocus without some extra cauldron merch. So I would highly anticipate. I know, Sandy's like, I like the sweatshirt. I'm kind of digging that jean jacket, and I'm not a jean jacket person, but I'm going to have to try that sucker on and see how I like it. But if you're a mug person, I know there's a lot of us that like to carry the or pick up the mugs, the tea sets. This is going to be kind of a mug or a teapot. It's got the little stirrer there. It looks like a little wooden ladle there for the cauldron. It says Hocus Pocus, obviously, on the side. No word just yet on the pricing, but it does look like they've got a ceramic, maybe a corksicle tumbler there featuring the Sanderson Sisters. And it looks like kind of like a translucent purple lid to it. I'm really excited about this one too. Yeah, Barbara's like, I love this big old mug. You like mugs too, Barbara? We're still talking about that Bao Bun mug from the Pop Century Resort, but you know, is what it is. Yay! Okay, so we're coming into the home stretch. I'm sorry. I know I'm probably boring you, but we do want to touch on the last of the Disney Cruise Line announcements here. And I promise I will let you all go real soon. Thank you for hanging tight with me. But Disney Cruise Line has announced they are returning Halloween on the High Seas, which I'm entirely stoked about. But with the announcements from today came the announcements that they are going to dress Minnie up in her costume as, Bette Midler from Hocus Pocus, Winifred Sanderson, sorry, her name was escaping me there. Daisy obviously will just dress up as Sarah Jessica Parker, and Sarah and Clarabelle will be Mary there, Kathy Nanjemy. So I'm really, really, like, the adult me and the child me is super excited. Like, I feel like I'm going to be like pushing kids out of my way. Not really, but to get up to these character meet and greets on the ship. My kids just won't know what's coming at them, but these are going to be exclusive to these Halloween on the High Seas for Disney Cruise Line. We will have all of this coverage for you once we actually are out there and cruising, and I couldn't be more excited, right? Courtney said, I still want the mug and the tumbler. Yes. Stephanie's with us. She said, I need the Bao Bun mug. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Barbara said, oh, I want this plush dolls. They're not plush dolls. They're going to be character meet and greets, Barbara. They're going to be on the ship. I'm going to have actual real life pictures with them. I get to run amok with the Sanderson sisters. How cool is that? Or at least, you know, characters dressed as the Sanderson sisters. So if you're going, what's Halloween on the High Seas? Halloween on the High Seas is the overlay for Disney Cruise Line during the September and October months. So it says guests will run amok on these Halloween themed cruises. They are specifically themed for special entertainment and activities, including trick-or-treating upon the ship, spooky parties, elaborate decor, and some limited time food and beverage items. So separate from like a regular phenomenal Disney Cruise Line cruise, you get the inlay. It's like having the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party for the entirety of your cruise. It is amazing. It's so amazing. I couldn't be more thrilled. But the fun doesn't stop there. These voyages will also debut an all-new character meet and greet opportunity exclusively set for Disney Cruise Line. There with Mickey, Daisy Duck, Clarabelle Cow, and a never-before-seen look as they dress up as the iconic Halloween sisters, the Sandersons from the movie Hocus Pocus. So during this inaugural season of the Halloween cruises, the Disney Wish, the newest Disney Cruise Line, will also introduce a unique twist on the Halloween on the High Seas hallmark, right? So the Disney Wish will be getting, this is kind of a picture of its atrium here, in theory, because nobody's sailed on it yet. But another thing that the Halloween on the High Seas cruises are known for are their big trees for their Halloween trees. It's kind of a focal point there in their atriums. It's something they bring everybody together there, storytelling and things. So the Wish is also getting its own tree, and I'm so excited. So, here, let me read on a little bit. The centerpiece of every ship during Halloween sailings is the signature magical pumpkin tree towering over the atrium lobby, each with sprouting jack-o'-lanterns and flickering lights. Aboard the Disney Wish, guests will witness the debut of an all-new tree in the Cinderella-inspired Grand Hall. This will actually feature lighter bark just to kind of keep with the aesthetic, some different branches, a little bit more graceful. It is going to have a mystical face carved into the center of it. And legend has it that this enchanted tree, which is named Boo, will actually, grows beautiful gourds with the help of a wishing star. The best pumpkin of them all was destined to grant a very special wish, and that moment came when a carriage was needed to send a fair maiden to the royal soiree. In a flash of bibbidi-bobbidi-boo, that perfect pumpkin became the coach that carried Cinderella to the prince's ball. So essentially, the story, the legend behind this is going to be, this is the tree that grew the pumpkin that eventually became the coach that hurled Cinderella to the prince's ball, and ultimately, the rest is history there, right? Courtney's like, wait, what cruise? Did I miss something? So yes, full recap. Minnie, Daisy, and Clarabelle are all dressing up as Sanderson Sisters for the very first time for the cruise lines that are featuring Halloween on the High Seas. That will be on all of the cruises there between September and October, following the Halloween on the High Seas itineraries. If you are going to be sailing on the Disney Wish, they're just debuting the pumpkin tree here. It's a mystical tree that's featured kind of on each ship, but this one is just kind of foretelling the legend or backstory on it. Stephanie said, I need a new job so I can support this habit of mine. Once a year is not enough. I understand, friend. And that is a good reason to move, right? Oh, man. So yes, I'm thrilled. This might actually make me change ships. We'll see. But as of right now, we're set for the Disney trip. But in addition to the spooky character encounters and the enchanted pumpkin trees, other frighteningly fun experiences aboard Halloween on the High Seas sailings will include, obviously, Mickey's Masquerade Party, which is a fun-filled costume party for all families. You get to dress up. Villainous takeoffs in the adult exclusive venues. Halloween-themed movies on Funnel Vision, which is the movie out in front of the pool area, and even a ghostly take on ship announcements. So they're going to have different kinds of ship announcements. They are going to have a little bit of a theme going to them. Halloween on the High Seas voyages will be offered aboard select sailings in September and October, departing from ports in Miami and Port Canaveral, Florida, San Diego, and New York City. And each cruise will take families to fascinating destinations, including the Bahamas, the Caribbean, Bermuda, Canada, and Mexico. All sailings from the Port Canaveral and Miami ports will include a stop at Castaway Cay, Disney's private island paradise outfitted for family fun and relaxation and brimming with special Disney touches. So that's kind of the announcements there for Disney Cruise Line, just to kind of bring it all home. And the reason I worked it in here is because it kind of pertains to us. We are anticipating going on one of these cruises. So I wanted to kind of make that announcement officially, like we are totally going on Halloween on the High Seas. I know I've mentioned in the past we are going in September on Disney Cruise Line, but I don't know that I've officially titled it Halloween on the High Seas for us. So now you know, we're officially taking a Halloween on the High Seas cruise. We are super, super, super stoked that that's going to be something that we're able to work in. Kids are going to have so much fun. It's going to be their very first cruise. We probably will not be streaming that experience though, just because it is really hard. We're not going to have signal whatsoever at all. We might try to stream a little bit of the sail away party, but it's going to be very difficult. If nothing else, you will have vlogs from that. So we will definitely document our entire experience, all 4 days. We're taking a 4-day cruise. So we will be documenting our experience all 4 days of those cruise. And we're so excited. Yep. Barbara's like, I'm so jealous. I'm sorry. So much fun. Thank you so much for your well wishes there. I appreciate that, Kathy. Stephanie says, I also need to trade some kids and a husband for ones that will move with me to Orlando. I can help you there too, friend. So guys, thank you so much for hanging with me. I know that there was a lot, like I said, when they made these announcements this morning, and we've not even touched Disneyland. We're going to be doing a part 2 to all of this. When they made the announcements this morning, it was like drinking water out of a fire hose. It was just like all the information all at once. So yes, there are still a lot of things that we don't have answered. Is there going to be a pass offered? I've already got kind of an FAQ here. Is there going to be a pass offered to local guests or guests that are looking to attend multiple nights, kind of like a seasonal thing, like a multi-night pass? Uncertain. We don't know that. That has been something that was mentioned in the past or has been sold in the past. We don't know of that just yet. We don't know exactly the times for the entertainment or if they're going to run the Mickey's Boo to You parade multiple times. I would imagine they probably would. Also, spoiler pro tip, I would highly recommend trying to go around for the second parade because the first one's going to be very busy. So it really won't matter which show that you're seeing unless you just want to see it twice because it is the exact same parade. I know we're going to have so much fun. So much fun. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to mention in the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party at Walt Disney World, they are bringing back the Disney Junior Jam at the Storybook Circus. So if you have littles like Nat or younger, they've got a super cute little dance party just ready for them to party it up and party hard and just dance their little hearts out. Trick-or-treating will probably work the same way that it has in the past with the unlimited rounds there throughout different stops. Those will be designated in full force, like you can't miss it. You can't just not see them. There's gonna be plenty of people there. Then if you have allergies or other specific needs that you need alternate candies for, they will give you those tokens, or you can visit guest services and they can exchange some things out for you. There will be exclusive snacks and savory options. We just don't know what that looks like. All we have right now are the halfway to Halloween desserts that we'll be tracking down in probably a different vlog for you. There will be exclusive photo pass ops, but I don't know for certain yet. I'm hoping we can get some answers on it if the photo pass one day photo pass memory maker will be included with your park or with your party ticket, and if that's going to be complimentary to party goers. But I think I may have kind of touched on everything. I probably missed something. If you have more questions, please feel free to leave it here in the comments. I'm going to leave that open for a few more minutes. If you would like to book tickets with me, you can visit the Ride with Randa page on Facebook. I'm happy to get in touch with you, talk to you a little bit about how many tickets you're needing, what dates. Remember that is going to open up for guests on May 12th to book, as long as you are a resort guest at either a Walt Disney World Resort Hotel, Swan or Dolphin Hotels, or Shades of Green. So as long as you're staying and have a reservation for some time in the fall at one of those, then you will have an option to do those party tickets early. Also, be prepared that you are paying for these tickets and like at the time of booking. They are non-refundable, non-transferable. They are paid in full at the time of booking too. So please plan for that accordingly too. There's no way to like split up payments on them similar to a Walt Disney World package because they are tickets only. General purchases for guests that are not staying at a Walt Disney World resort or staying off-site at a different resort and kind of driving themselves over or getting a ride share over, you can start booking those tickets as early as May 18th. Again, it's kind of hard and kind of frowned upon to change your dates. So try and talk about these dates well enough in advance. The Google form, if you just want to click on the link, that's fine. It's going to have all these dates listed again. I think actually one of the posts that I have in the Ride with Randa Facebook page also has all the dates listed. It's very helpful to go ahead and make sure that you have an alternate date listed just in case you don't have your first pick when those dates open, because sometimes they do fill up different specific nights. Specifically, I guess more so like the very first night or two and the very last night or two, like day before Halloween, day of Halloween. Those tend to fill up rather quickly. They're the ones that people really want in for, and they want to make sure that they've got those party tickets in. So, and I would anticipate those going quicker than some of the other dates too. Prices for that will range anywhere from $109 per person per night plus tax to $199 per person plus tax per night. If you are an annual pass holder or a Disney Vacation Club member, A, make sure that's already noted in your My Disney Experience, which it should be anyway. But B, when you go through your My Disney Experience, it should automatically deduct that. I'm hearing that that's a $10 discount per ticket. You can purchase tickets for multiple dates. So if you want to just go ahead and purchase tickets for a Tuesday and a Friday, that's totally your choice. Just know that you are paying for those at the time of booking though. So no way to split up those payments there. As far as I understand it, you can still pay with Disney gift cards for those. So if you are pinching pennies, kind of like my family does, and you know how to pay in Disney gift cards, totally fine. You can do that as well. Be patient with the cast members on those. Look at the website app system. It never is whenever Disney releases these tickets. Patience is virtue, and I will test your patience on these, but I promise you those cast members will be working as fiercely as possible on those lines, trying to get these tickets purchased for you and in and off the phones as quickly as possible because they know your time is valuable. So be patient on those phone lines. It can be a rather fascinating process, frustrating maybe even to some, to be able to have to call back or get a call dropped or have some longer wait times. So I did want to point that out because our cast members are the heartbeat of all of this, and without them we couldn't have these parks. So just know that they are going to want to process your tickets as quickly as possible, just as much as you will want them to. So patience is there. Sandy said, I know you said no transfers, but can you reassign a ticket to another person you linked to in your Disney account? Oh, Sandy. Yes. The long and the short of it is yes, you're right. They are non-refundable and non-transferable. Disney will sell you those tickets that way. Again, taking this with a grain of salt, I don't know for certain. All of their experiences are always subject to change and without notice. But in years past, that's the way they sell tickets, non-transferable, non-refundable. I have had instances where I've had to change party dates for people, and they were just moving the date. It was the same day, but they were able to move the date. If there was a difference in the ticket, they paid the upcharge for the date, the difference in the day. If it was cheaper, they just weren't refunded any money, was the difference. If it was $10 cheaper to go through the day rather than the weekend, then they didn't get a cost difference reimbursed to them or anything. That's how I lucked up on a ticket myself for the Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party last year. Someone unfortunately had some circumstances where they were not able to go, and yes, they were able to reassign the ticket in their My Disney Experience. I paid them what they paid for the ticket. But yes, it can be done. Oops. Sorry, my watch was listening to me that whole time. So yes, it can be done, reassigned like that. If different circumstances come up, it's a nice little trick. I'm hoping that Disney won't take that away from us, because I know that there are sometimes folks that do have extenuating circumstances where they need to reassign tickets. Either a family member gets sick and can't go and they got to sub somebody out, or something happens and they have to find somebody entirely different to take their places there. Great questions though. I like how you're thinking. Sandy said, okay, because I thought maybe something had changed because I did reassign a ticket for Boo Bash last year. Yeah. So in years past, it's been that way. I'm totally operating off assumption here that is going to be the same case. I don't know for certain that that's still going to be the same case. We'll see. But I'm hoping that is definitely still the case. Before we go, anybody else have any other questions? Just a second. I'll give you a few more minutes. All right, cool. Well, if you don't have any more questions, or if you're still typing out some questions, I'm going to go ahead and say bye to everybody if you need to hop off. Disney Parks is getting ready to make an official announcement live on, I think, YouTube and TikTok on their Disney Parks channels at 10 p.m. Eastern time. I believe it's 7 p.m. Pacific time. So if you don't catch them live right now, I'm sure that they will have another offering for that later on to be able to rewatch. This will also be obviously recorded for you. So if you missed something here, then feel free to rewatch it. Good. I hope you guys got something out of it here and being able to kind of do this live and not so much of a pre-recorded thing. Sometimes, other questions and other things kind of get jogged in my memory or come up. Yeah, thank you all so much for being a part of this. Stephanie said, do you know how much the tax will be for the tickets? It's usually the 6% sales tax on tickets. Yeah, good question. I don't think they charge like the tourist tax, like the hotel tax and stuff like that, since it's just tickets. Good question. Okay. All right, guys. Oh, Courtney, I think you were asking when was our cruise. That's in September, one of the September dates. But yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much, Barbara, for hanging with us tonight. I can't say thank you enough, but happy halfway to Halloween, everybody. I'm super stoked. I'm going to be jamming to Boo to You the rest of the night, probably the rest of the week. And I'm super excited to get out and start trying some of those treats for halfway to Halloween. So good night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Hang tight, though. Find the Disney Parks channels if you're planning on seeing that announcement like we are here real soon. But we'll go ahead and call it a night, and I'll catch you on the next ride. Bye, everyone.